should work. Let me see. Make sure it's live. Yep. It says upcoming. Why does it say that? What the heck? Okay, yeah. What? Upcoming. Okay, yeah, it's live. So, I'm live finally on the iPad. This was an absolute nightmare to figure out. I'm getting ready to feed the baby, cook with the baby, and if I can even see any comment. Where it been? Oh, it's okay. I see the comments. David Black, where you been? A long time. I'm here with a baby, and he's getting ready to feed himself now. Here, baby. Nah, he's watching the tablet. Simon, what's up, man? Chef with a baby goes, yeah. He's into this tablet, man. I'm live streaming off iPad right now. Okay, so that's what's up, Jen? Oh, okay, so the comments don't. I'm on the iPad, so it's gonna it's just not like what I'm used to on the laptop. So yeah, so if I fuck up, my bad. Where's the camera? My bad. Yeah. So I'm gonna cook the last of this chicken because it expires today, and the baby is really into this iPad. So yeah. Turn this light on. What am I doing? Okay. So I'm all out of cooking paper. Cooking paper to actually bake the chicken. So I'm gonna do is this. Make sure. Okay, I just got the comments back. Yeah. So what am I cooking? We already cooked this chicken. Is it gonna go bad today? So I was like, I gotta cook it before it goes bad. It's just a mix of chicken pieces, and it was 70 check. It was probably backwards on your screen. I don't know, but it was on sale for 70 crowns. 70 crowns is about $3, and you get for $3. So okay, yeah. So this is a good area to start. So for $3 for courgette, courgette is chicken in Czech, and then what mix. Everyone knows what mix means, and akse means sale. Akse is the same thing in Russian language. It's the same word. Akse means sale. Akse and Sena is the same, sale or discount, some shit like that. It's on sale for 70 Czech crowns. Again, 70 Czech crowns is roughly about $3. Ah, baby. And it's just a mix. It looks like the thigh and drumsticks. It's four drumsticks, and 3 thighs. I mean, anybody goes bad today. What expiration date is? Well, so here's the thing: they write the month and day backwards, like most of the world does. America, as far as I know, hi chi baby, hi chi, hi chi. Pretty much America's the only place that I know of that writes the date format month, day, year. And in my opinion, I think it's actually the best way, not just because it's American, but just from a logical point of view. Because I remember I was working a job, and the guy it was an international job, and a guy from the UK he was trying to make fun of it, but the boss, he said no, actually the American way is actually better in the format because the month and the day, there's no confusing that. Because for example, if you write 10/10/2024. Well, that could be severely confusing, right? Because you never depending on where the person's from, they don't know. Well, 10/10. Well, no, technically that would fit the same, but let's say like 12/6, like something like this. Like this dates has 12/6 written on it. Americans we would read that in America and say December 6, 2024, but every other place is opposite. So it's the day, which is the 12th, and it's June 2024. But yeah. So shit. Where's mine? Hang on. Oh, here it is. So I'm just getting ready to bake it for like 20 minutes or something, man. And I'm not gonna do anything like super fucking special. Just literally just put some aluminum foil in it and just bake it. Just so it just doesn't go bad, sitting in the refrigerator. It's actually pretty late for him, but he should be going to bed in like an hour. But he ended up taking a nap from like 3 to 6, and he usually goes to bed at 8. So he's not going to bed at 8. I doubt it. There's been times where he has fucked around and still went on schedule after having a horrific sleep pattern. But I don't know. We'll see. I just gave him a bath, so like I just bathed him. Again, here he is sitting right here, feeding himself. Well, trying to feed himself. He'll feed him. Your son, congratulations, Cooler Pipes. Your son turned 2. My son will be 2 in about a week. Yeah, Cooler Pipes. Yeah. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah. His birthday is in 2. His birthday is the 16th. So like 4 days from now. Yeah, 4 days from now. Yeah. So hey, congrats on your son turning 2. Like he's gotten to the point now where let me see if I can so I don't forget that comment, Amir. Because like the comments don't show up the same on the iPad. Like they just like show up and like weirdly disappear for some reason. Okay, I got a tap over here. But anyway, real quick, I wanted to say about him, like maybe I made a mistake because now he's getting like way too independent. So like now to the point where he doesn't even want to hold my hand going up and down the stairs anymore, right? But the problem is he ain't that gangster yet to go up and down the stairs by himself, right? Like he can do it, but he still has a decent probability of fucking up, right? And he doesn't have the equilibrium yet to be making to make the trek up an incline, right? So if I try to hold his hand, he goes, and be trying to walk up, and he's 2, right? But so I might have made him a little too independent, too quick. Maybe it was just need to be like that. You never know. That's the thing, man. You never really know. If you never really know if you fuck up or if it was like something he was just already predestined to do. You just never. It's in some ways, I think you'll just never really know. I'm gonna read that comment, Amir, about free will. Give me 1 second to put this chicken on this baking sheet. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing. Nothing pretty. Just literally just digging out the chicken and with his knife and putting it on the baking sheet. While the baby, is feeding himself. Pape, baby. What you doing, Binko? Hang on. I'm gonna feed the baby together. I think he's a little like for some reason whenever it's just me and him, he's like I don't know what happened, but whenever it's just me and him, he just pretty much quit feeding. Yeah, baby. Okay. He pretty much just quit feeding himself whenever it's just me and him alone. I don't know what happened because he used to feed himself he wouldn't even let me feed him. But something happened, and when it's just me and him alone, like he pretty much he's reaching for it now. I don't think he can pick it up. I think that's the problem because it's pasta. I don't think the fork can really he can't really get a good consistent piece out, so he's probably just giving up because of that. Oh, there you go, baby. But yeah, last week I had him. He didn't even feed himself. The first 2 days, he just refused to feed himself. I don't know what happened. Something, he just regressed. I don't know what the fuck happened. He just literally just stopped doing it until the 3rd day. But yeah, let me read that comment about free will. Let me see if I could. Amir Muhammad says, "Hey, hello, AD. Do you believe in free will? The more I read about human philosophy, the less I believe in it." No, I don't think free will is a thing. And the reason why I say that is because, like, because me and my dad, I talked about it with my dad, and me and my dad don't agree. My standpoint is, I think humans trying to entertain free will is the same thing as a pool ball trying to think that its decisions make a difference. For example, like if you play pool or like throw up like a ball of marbles, well, one marble is ultimately moving because it got hit by another marble, right? So did that marble ever have free will from the start, right? So with that being said, I think humans are the same way. I think, like, ultimately speaking, our decisions, like, we don't know where our thoughts come from. We don't know where our decisions come from. We think we do because we feel like we've worked out logic in our head. But ultimately, oh baby, oh water. But ultimately, literally everything about any decision that we make is based off the outside environment. So if our ultimate decisions are based off the outside environment, do we really have any true sense, any true free will plan, right? So then the next argument that always comes up is, well, what about like murderers, rapists, and killers? And here's the thing, I think it's the same all the way around, because inside of every saint there's a sinner, and inside of every sinner there's a saint. It's just the context of the person, where they came from, what their perceptions were. Like, I don't think I'm any better or worse than Jeffrey Dahmer or anybody like that. They just had their own set of perceptions, realities. Of course, probably some imbalance somewhere, but even with an imbalance, that can still be applied to this theory, right? So, like, ultimately, no. To answer your question, Amir, I don't believe in free will. I think the thought of free will is a distraction. The theory of free will is a coping strategy. Ultimately, I think it's a coping strategy to ultimately to distract from the reality that we're not in any control. It's just luck. It's just luck based off of the position in life you're born in, right? Because here's the thing. If now, this may not be the best example, because I'm, like, making sure he's going to eat, and I'm trying to keep up with this, and I'm live streaming on on an iPad that's pretty much different from Streamlabs. So I'm, like, lost with, I'm like, but when it comes, so let's say, like, the realistic theory of free will, right? Like, if you really want to get on free will, right? You have the free will to do anything. Okay, if there was ultimately a sense of free will, then in my opinion, there should have been somebody 20,000 years ago walking around having a free will to make a desktop computer, right? They couldn't, because they didn't have, somebody 20,000 years ago didn't have the concept of a desktop computer, right? So the concept of free will, even in the best cases that someone could come up with, in my opinion, the concept of free will still ultimately relies on that person and where they were born and what they had access to, and what influence that had on their thoughts as an individual, and then based off of their perception of it, right? So ultimately, did Jeffrey Dahmer really have free will? What, baby? You lonely? Daddy's talking too loud. Oh, well, I just seen it, Big Johnson. Big Johnson. He wants to hold my hand. Yeah, baby. That's just my quick run through on free will. I don't think it's I can't get the comments back. Oh, okay. Oh, you got to scroll. Okay. There's something called It's called the worship gene. I heard Billy Carson. Okay. Will he eat the whole bowl? I don't know. I'm gonna try to feed him a little bit, just because I don't think he can get the pasta out consistently. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, he's hungry. He just can't. Yeah, he just can't get the pasta out with his fork. So I'm gonna have to feed him this, because he just can't. He just doesn't have he doesn't have the dexterity yet to like poke at it. Know he has it. Does he speak Czech? Yes. Well, he doesn't. He's not talking now. But if I speak to him in Czech, he immediately knows. If I say something to him in Czech. So watch this. Maybe it'll work now. Day, baby. Day. He's looking for something to give me. Day. No. Oh no. He wants to spit in my mouth. The food. He wants to spit the food. So if I say day in Czech, day means to give. Right? So when I said day, he was looking around for what to give me. And he figured, oh, he must want me to spit my food out. Because sometimes he put rocks in his mouth, right? And I'll say like, nah, day. And he'll just reach over and like spit the rocks out. So that's what he just did. Yeah, baby. Okay. I don't know. Man, with kids, you never know, man. He might sit there for the next 10 minutes and not touch it and then eat the whole goddamn thing in fucking, like, 2 seconds. You look back and the whole thing's gone. Bro, what is with the rocks? Yeah, with the pebbles, dude, I don't fucking know. Like, kids love, well, at least he loves fucking pebbles. Yeah. Hey, wake up, baby. Red pill training. He has my forehead. He has my 10 head. No, he's got his mom's forehead, for real. He's got his mom's forehead. Hair. He's got his mom's forehead and her mouth. He's got his mom's forehead and his mom's mouth. Like, it's literally, like, no joke, dude. Like, when he was born and I was visiting her at the hospital, I told her, like, he wasn't even a week old. And I said, he has your mouth. Like, because the way her mouth, like, rests when she's thinking, it's like, she'll go. And when he was a newborn, even now, like, if he's just chilling and he's, like doing something, he'll do the same thing. He'll go. Right? It's a certain shape that it does it. I've seen it, like, literally, he was seriously, like, maybe 3 days old. And I seen it then. Like, he had her mouth 100%. Putting this chicken. Yep. I feel like I'm filming that Joker scene in The Dark Knight when the camera was shaking. He was like, "Look at me," because I like shaking the fucking camera. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Starting now.
Oh, sorry, somebody else has one. I just set your timer. And if you're on you got me on speakerphone, I just fucked you up. But yeah, back to work for me. But I'm listening still. Oh, cool, man. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. What's up, AD? Good to see you. Happy with your kid. What's up, Ron? Oh yeah, man. He's cool. Like I said, dude, the first fucking. Let me see if I can get him in the shot with me. Like, dude, like the first 6 months was like just pure torture and hell. He still has his moments though, but he's been like especially if it's just me and him, he's like completely workable. But you know, it's when kids get around mommy, that's when it all goes to shit. Ah. Cause you know, cause kids and I was the same way with my mom, dude. Like, mommy just gets all the emotions out. No season for that chicken, or you? Well, oh nasty. Okay, honestly, what I do when I cook chicken. Now, his mother cooks amazing chicken. I don't really care for chicken like that. His mother's Czech. She's white, and she loves chicken. I'll tell you, I told my dad the story. I said she cooks. She knows how to bake chicken, right? So fucking well that like I would never believe that it only took her an hour to cook it, because it's like she knows how to bake it with water where it doesn't fall off the bone. It's not like soup, but it's still like juicy as fuck, right? Like it. I'm telling you, you would love it. Anybody, I don't think a person, if you could eat chicken, you couldn't say it was bad. Now, when I cook, I'm not really good at baking meats and shit. So I just don't put a lot of effort into it. I never really tried because I just always kind of felt like I was bad at it, honestly. But what I do is I'll end up cooking the chicken, and then later what I do with it, I'll end up making like spaghetti or something and mixing it with like cream and like cooking it like that. But I don't season chicken much like by itself at all because I very rarely eat my own chicken straight from the oven. I'm like the opposite of the typical black stereotype. I don't care for chicken like that, and watermelon just doesn't. I mean, it's good, but you're never gonna catch. You very rarely catch me watermelon in my refrigerator unless it's on like a crazy sale or something like that. Kevin, what's up, Kevin? You plan on having another kid? I don't know. I really don't care. I was talking to a female friend of mine last night, and she asked me. And I said, since I'm living in Czech Republic, I really wouldn't mind because they all get maternity leave and get paid for it. So, like, all I care about is making sure the kids are paid for. And since the country pretty much, holds your hand through that, I'm totally fine with it either way. So I told his mom, I said, look, like, if you want to have another kid, I guess somebody doesn't want another kid. I know you hungry. Do they have Chinese, Indian, or any other ethnic? Yeah, they do. Oh. Yeah, they have. Oh, you don't want me anymore. Okay. But you want to hold my hand? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. What's up, Javi? Are you going to show your son cartoons from your youth? Yeah, sure, yeah. I think right now he's just all into, well, I actually got him on this show. This is called Mighty Express. He's watching on Netflix now. I got him into this. I just got tired of him watching Maya the Bee all the time. So now this is the only show he'll watch. But I want to watch Sonic with him, but I just don't think he's got the build up. I don't know, what is he? I think he's probably getting tired. But yeah, I want to watch Sonic with him and some other shit. But he doesn't. He's just not at that age now to like care for something that he doesn't already know. But when he gets older, of course, yeah, I'll like. They don't know. Like I asked his mother, did she know Inspector Gadget? Now Inspector Gadget may be a little old for some people watching now, or people maybe not from the U.S. But Inspector Gadget, I used to love Inspector Gadget when I was a kid. Well, I still do. So for those of you who don't know what Inspector Gadget was, Inspector Gadget was pretty much like the kid's version of, I think, like the $1 Million Man or something like that, where he got like a horrible accident and they rebuilt him with like mechanical parts. But the difference was with Inspector Gadget, it was a comedy show. So like he was a detective, but it was pretty much Darkwing Duck, like as far as his intellect would go. Like he was a fucking idiot, right? Like and his teammates literally did all the fucking work. So 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 when Inspector Gadget would have to like figure out a problem, he would be like, go Gadget arms. Now his arms would have fixed the problem perfectly because his arms would have like extended or some shit like that. But he would say what would actually happen in the show was he would go like, go Gadget arms, and then a blender would pop out his head or some shit like that. Like it would be like the whole opposite shit. But it would fuck around and end up working like on accident, right? Like some shit like so that's why, like, Inspector Gadget. But here's the thing, though. When I was a kid, I didn't even notice that. When I was a kid, I just thought his trench coat looked cool. I thought he had a cool car, and I just liked any idea of like any type of mechanical shit. Anything if it was just mechanical and there was cars in it, I was immediately interested in it. Transformers, anything that had any type of mechanics and wheels. Immediately, even now, I'm immediately have some type of interest for it off the bat. Has having a kid taught you anything psychology wise? Well, it definitely reinforced the reality that my dad was just another dude, right? And didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Like, I'll be in situations where I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, right? And it was really just my belief that he was better than that he was just a god that I don't even know how to end that off, but like long story short, it's definitely helped me on that side of like really realizing my dad was just another dude out there, right, who faced life problems and was lost or confused or had financial problems or whatever. He was just another dude. I'm trying to think of anything else. Gave him another fork of this pasta. It's actually good pasta. She made it. It's actually pretty good. I took a couple bites of it. She doesn't cook anything bad. The few times she cooked and it turned out bad, it was because you could tell like it was like the ingredients were bad type of shit. Like it wasn't like just a bad. Okay, the few times she fucked up, I'll tell you one thing she fucked up, and she'd probably be mad at me for sharing this, but she made some brownies, and her thing is she's good. She's good with cooking meats. Well, hang on, let me pochke, baby. I'm gonna check the chicken and I'll be right back. She's good with cooking. She's way better at cooking meat than I am. And I'm way better. No. Pochke. I'm way better at like breads, like making anything with breads. Or I'm way better with breads or like cookies, anything that's flour. I'm much better. Like she just won't even touch flour, whereas I usually try not to touch meat unless like it's a crock pot or something like that. Let me just look at the top because the camera's usually up there, but now it's over here. But so she tried to cook some brownies one time, right? And she didn't know that she had, or maybe she just forgot to put in like either like some type of baking soda or like some fast yeast or something like that. And they just like it literally turned into like just flat, harder than a regular like a hard. It was just a big hard chocolate cookie at this point, right? And she was so mad, like she didn't talk the rest of the night. Like, I remember she went into bed and just, like, laid down, didn't say a word for the rest of the night. And I ate all of it. I thought it was good. But she just had in her mind that she wanted a brownie. Right? Like, she just had in her head that she wanted a brownie. And the fact that it didn't turn out like a brownie just, like, destroyed her. Like, she was just so hurt. emotionally kind of thing. Where you going, baby? Okay, I guess you done in here. I'm going to the other room now. Yeah, he's sitting on the floor watching the tablet. Okay, so it's just me watching a chicken then. If I had known it'd been like that, I would have pulled the laptop out. That's what life is with a baby. But yeah, but we're back to her cooking. Like, she doesn't cook anything. When she cooks something, it's never bad. It's just like it's like an ingredient was just either an ingredient was just bad or ingredient was just missing, kind of thing. You usually fix that. But the thing with breads, like, you really can't fix. I mean, you can, but like baking, I read somewhere like baking is a science and cooking is an art, baking is a science, and that's true shit. Because if you like with baking, you really can't you really can't like work with like if you fuck up and add too much salt into like bread or something bacon wise, like you really can't fix that later because now it's just in the bread now. Whereas if you put too much salt in like soup, well, you could just add more water to it and thin it out and then, you know, play with it and add more ingredients and then, you know, and smooth it all out later, right? Whereas with breads or like flour, once you put it in there and bake it, usually you really can't do a whole lot. I've gotten lucky a few times and figured out little, like just fucking with it and fixed, what was one thing I did? Well, technically that was peanut butter, and I shared this. I used to make my own. I was making my own peanut butter for a while, and I forget. I forget the actual thing I figured out. But the first time I did, I put olive oil in the peanuts and mix it up. Well, that's not those two oils. That oil doesn't mix with peanuts, and it tastes like shit. So I think how I fixed it was I think I put cinnamon or something in it, and it like completely killed the olive oil taste, and it was edible after that. He's playing with his bus now. Hey, baby. You can play piano? Okay. Let's play piano. Oof. Let me see. Hey, I've been missing months of live streams and VODs. Do you still do consultations? Yeah. Yeah. Devin Murray, baking absorbs how horrible the cooking is. Yeah. No lie, I call my girl Inspector Gadget. Devin, why you call her Inspector Gadget? Have you noticed a difference in treatment? Kevin says, have you noticed a difference in the treatment African men get compared to African American men in Czech? Yeah. And on top of that, I've asked African friends about it, and they immediately, like, if you, like, every time the conversation came up, it's like immediate, like, yeah, like, they judge you where your passport's from and all that. I said, I met one girl who actually preferred African guys. Like, and I was talking to her. She was an attractive girl, but she genuinely preferred African dude. Well, okay, but and it's only happened one time in my experiences, but it has happened. But generally speaking, the American side is always like the thing that gets you over from like appearing like it's where your passport is definitely more important than or it has a bigger weight than anything else, for sure. I remember you talking about sugar cookies one day. Those sound fire. Oh man, Nick, like yeah, I can always make some really good sugar cookies for sure. I've always been good at making cookies. I only fucked up making bread like twice, and one time was here. It was just so bad. As soon as I took one bite, I threw it in the trash. She tasted it. She kind of liked it. I immediately threw it in the trash, and it looked good. It like the shape was good and everything, but I think what I did was I added too much salt because I used baking soda, and so for those of you who bake, I'm sure you know that like something happens when if you put baking soda, you have to cut down the salt a lot, because if you don't cut down this amount of salt you put in, then it like mixes and turns like metallic. And I don't know why that is, because I never really like, I'm not that deep into cooking to really, have that much interest in it. But I mean, I would definitely love to know why that is. But I added too much salt after adding baking soda, and it was just like horrible. And I threw it. I literally just got the trash can. And here's the difference between me and her is, if I fuck up, I can immediately just own it, accept it, and move on. Where if she fucks up, it's this whole thing of like, oh, my emotions are hurt. It's a weak process to work the process out of it. Shit. I will just look. If I remember that time I stood where I was cooking the chicken, where I was my kitchen, where the oven is over there, right? And I remember I pulled the bread out. It looked great. I cut it after it cooled down. I took one bite of it. I walked over here and grabbed the trash can. She goes, "Wait, I want to try it." So I cut a piece off of her. She ate it, and I just picked it up and just threw it in the trash. That shit was horrible. That shit was awful. You didn't trust me. You would have done the same thing. It was terrible. Then, yeah, I had some basil, so she wanted me to make some bread, but just mix it like a shitload of. She wanted like basil tasting bread. I don't know where she got it from. Maybe like Pinterest or some stupid shit. Well, okay, cool. So I baked some. So I just mixed like a shitload of basil with the with the dough. And I didn't think it tasted best, but she ate it. I thought it was like okay, but she definitely ate it. Hey baby, let's play some. Oh, hang on. Oh, he's turned it off. That's why. He likes to just sit on the whole keyboard until like it starts playing random shit, so I can't really like play anything with him. He just likes to sit on it. Or if I play it, because my guitar is somewhere, he'll grab the guitar and I'll try to play a song and he'll just like come up and just like grab the string. So like he's just at the age where he just can't really like, I just can't really teach him a whole lot right now, because he's still exploring what things feel like, and sound like and shit. Stay mysteriously and keep making fun of it. Of her. Do you like peach cobbler? Oh, of course I like it. Yeah, I think it's impossible. Well, I can see why some people maybe not like it, but yeah. Nah, baby. Nah. Oh, what's up, Super? What's up? You get Super too? Yeah, you told me the last account got like, I guess, blocked or shut down or something. But what's up, man? Net baby, pozor. Pozor. Say hello, baby. Chicken ahoy. Chicken ahoy, Binko. Yeah. But yeah, peach cobbler, of course, yeah. What's the difference? Baby, nah. He keeps trying to grab the plug out the wall. What's the difference in parenting styles with American compared to Czech? Okay, so Kevin, my opinion of this is, I was actually speaking with the girl, with the female friend of mine who has a daughter, and we talked about this actually. The mothers here are like in my opinion, I think I think the parenting style is a big problem in why Czech Republic's in this position it's in. Because the mothers just it is a good thing, but on the back end, there's always consequences to everything. So the parenting style here is essentially just like the mother just completely takes care, like just spoils the boy, like completely, not just as a typical culture would say that the mothers do it, but like next level shit, right? So when I come in and try to make him do something on his own, like I think it's almost viewed as like I'm being like violent or too hard on him, and it's not like violent and too hard like how like I say like I'll just say this as an American culture because it's going to happen anywhere. The mothers are always going to usually be the ones who spoil, and the dads are usually going to be the ones who say like, no, get the fuck up, hold your own fucking bottle type shit, right? But the parenting style is definitely a bit more relaxed. Uh, um, the push and that drive to like there doesn't be okay like with American sense of growing up, it's always that sense of like putting your kid into pre-K and the pre-K and to get them ready and to have them reading at 6 months old. And like isn't in America, like we have that drive, that push to always figure out a better, stronger, faster way of like pretty much like brute forcing your way into the world, right? Oh, wait, hang on. Alexa, be quiet. So, but the difference is the parenting styles here. It's almost like we just chill the fuck out, relax. He'll figure it out. And it's like next level than the U.S. So, hang on, I'm taking this chicken out. So, it's definitely a bit jarring, in my opinion. Like when it comes to things like going to school. Oh, let me just read this song. So he came in the kitchen to follow me on the floor. He's got this little bus he plays with. I think it's his favorite toy now. He's starting to carry that everywhere. He took it in the bath with him just before I live stream. What's up, Frappuccino? But the parenting styles, it's definitely a noticeable difference. And she said the female friend I spoke with last night, she said the same thing. Like she was like a mother, like when her daughter was small, like she was always there. Always there, always hovered around him, was always like, super like never had a break. It was that type of thing, right? And then I remember when I was dealing with women in the US relatively recently, and they had kids, and we were talking about the difference. Or anytime I talk to like a woman, like in the U.S. for whatever reason, whether it's like paying a bill or some shit like that, and we get to talking, and they say, "Oh, well, I got a kid," they got kids. We talk about the maternity leave system, and like I can't even imagine his mom only having like a week or 2 weeks off or a month off and having to go back to work. I couldn't even imagine what that's like. I do think that's a bit inhumane, but that's our culture in the U.S. Like, for the working woman, which that's what feminism fought for. When she gives birth, she ain't gonna have no maternity leave. Most women in the U.S. are not gonna have maternity leave in any form. So I can't even imagine what it's like to have a child and have them sitting at a babysitter within the first few months of being born. I just don't even know what that's like because this is my only experience. Right, me and her were always, you guys know my lifestyle, but then she doesn't share my lifestyle, so she has a job. But she had maternity leave. So like when he was born, like we've always had one of us was always here with him on some level, unless his grandma came to watch him, something like that. Some off shot like that. But as far as parenting goes, both of us, if not one of us, both of us was always here with him. AD, I can imagine you bringing Kratos to visit U.S. and him being like, "Papa, I can't believe you grew up." Just got stitches removed from my foot. I cut myself, and being on blood thinner, shit, I almost bled to death. Yeah, Jesus Christ. FYI, tourniquets fucking suck. I'm good now though. Kratos so cute. Yo, thanks, man. Yeah, damn. You on blood thinners and you cut you? Yeah, that's rough. I'm glad you're okay. AD, thoughts on solipsism. I hope I pronounced that right. I can't even remember exactly what that is. I'm not at a computer to look it up. Because I always kind of forget what that is, so I don't want to like elaborate too deep on it and be completely fucking wrong. Oh, baby. You playing with the bus? Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, this is where I live. Yeah, so you guys never see where I actually live stream from. So yeah, this is because I've been meaning to take pictures of it, and I never do. So here's where I actually live stream from usually. So, so where that steering wheel is, I usually put the laptop. I take the steering wheel down and put the laptop right there, and move that screen in the middle, move it off to the left, like to that side, and yeah, that's where I live stream it. And I would have Netflix up there playing, but he got into the tablet, so I just never turned on Netflix. So that's where I usually live stream now. So for the older videos, I used to live stream in the other room. I'll show you where that door used to be behind me all the time. It's kind of dark. And I got this plant here, so I'm trying to save it. So this is where I used to live stream with the door right there. And I got a plant here because I'm trying to save it with light. It's Pachira because it's just fucked up. But I used to live stream. I used to make my videos at that desk. Yeah. Oh yeah, and here's Prague. Yeah, of course. That's the view. Yeah, that's the view from my window. The kitchen where I was just at feeding him. This is the window view. This plant is great. Let me see if I can hold it right so you guys can see it. This plant is great to make tea with. You just take off the leaves and put it in hot water, and it's great for like colds or allergies. It's amazing. And just I gotta clean shit. It's life with a baby, man, and trying to figure out how to move shit to where he won't touch it, and it's just other shit. But like it's just a complete mess right now. But I usually keep like flowers. Cause she always has either she has a plant or it's like some plant I want. I usually want every plant to just eat something off of. Um, but yeah, and I got plants in there, but it's kind of dark, so I really don't feel like turning on. I mean, with him here, I really don't feel like being in a whole different room, flipping on lights and all that shit like that. But I just seen something to check men like black women. I just seen a Czech dude with a black woman. I think it was yesterday when I was going to the store. He was he was like with her. You could tell he wasn't like just kind of like there. But ultimately, I don't think there's a lot of black women even here. Um, to answer the question, I don't know. I don't know because you'll find more Czech men on average in my experiences. But like I said, women usually don't travel alone like that, whereas men will. But and that's another reason to why I always say by the time a woman has started to travel alone, that's usually a huge red flag unless she just had a job that she's had for like 5 years or something like that, and now it just kind of fell in that flow. If a woman is like traveling alone to start over and all that, that's a horrific. Usually, that's a horrific red flag. That's a horrific red flag. So there's just not. I don't think there's just not a lot of black women here. A lot of if they're black, usually they're going to be. Generally speaking, they're the times I have seen black women, they're majority going to be African. They're not going to be African American. You're not going to be. I'd say African American women here would probably just. I would say pretty much non-existent. Is it overcast outside? Yeah, it was like weirdly cloudy. Let me show you. It was like weirdly cloudy. And like weird, because I just took him, actually, before gave him a bath, it's kind of cold. I just took him out to go get some diapers because I ran out of diapers. It's like it's raining. Yeah, it's like it's raining like right there. But yeah. Oh, what's up, Xavier? It's been a while since I've seen you. Yeah, it was like weirdly like cloudy and raining, like not raining, but like sprinkling all day. Well, not all day, but I just took him out to go get some diapers. So I was like, I'm down to like 5 diapers. You try to feed him some more as possible. I'm gonna read that comment, Xavier. Just give me a minute, because I don't know if you've seen, but I'm with the baby. Let me try doing this. Let's see if this works. Hey, baby. I think the pasta was a little too much of a challenge. He gave up on it. Hey Xavier, how? I was like, hey D, how do you deal with people in the workplace you don't like? Well, I'm not in the workplace, so I can't really answer that. um, I can't really, I can't answer that. I'm not in the workplace. But I am dealing with a shitty VA counselor right now, with two of them actually. Um, but then again, like it's not a workplace because I don't have to like I'm not worried about being fired or anything like that, you know. So I can afford to be more wild, right? Like because actually I just filed a complaint with her. I filed a complaint at the VA, and in the complaint I had the person who documented write down that I'm concerned about her comprehensive awareness, like like maybe like just being just pretty brutal in the complaint. Because here's the thing, because I'm in the government, so if anybody ever has to go, it's not going to be me, it's going to be her, right? So I'm in a position where like I don't have to worry about like losing anything. I was like, these are my entitlements, right? So I can afford to be ridiculous. So like I honestly can't really shed too much genuine opinion on it without sounding like that dude from last live stream. He's like, well, I don't wait in line. Sound like me, some fucking clown like that. Like, I really can't share. Like, I mean, I can try, but ultimately, I'll be like, I'm just gonna be like that dude from last live stream wearing the skull cap, talking about something. I don't wait in line. I never have. And I just don't want to do that to you, man. How did your girl family react when they found out you was black? Um, well, I'll never know. Honestly, I'll never know because if it was a negative thing, unless they're like really, really, really bold, they're never gonna, most won't own it. They'll just fake nice around you. So like ultimately, I'll never know. But I've never had any direct problems with it. There was an issue with her brother when like early on, and they got a little too comfortable over here, and I made it clear like, yo, like this is my place, not yours. So you can pretty much you can get the fuck out. And like I think that relationship is now it's officially in the point now where I can like if she were to give him the keys and say it was okay for him to come over, he still wouldn't come over now. I think it's at that point like but it's ultimately from being a mommy's boy. It's ultimately from that, right? And never really coming across a man who has his own shit, right? And you know what I mean, and really knows what's offensive and what's not, kind of thing. I think, and that's ultimately where that falling out came from. Because I'm not mad at him now. Like I'm not. I don't. If like I would love to go grab a beer and see if he grew out of that. But at this point, I highly doubt it because if he was a man, he would be able to see like, yeah, maybe we just had a miscommunication. Men could grow to be like, maybe we just had a miscommunication, as long as one of them shows some type of effort to be decent, right? Like, but when between women and children never really get there. Most of them, like the man always has to come and say, "Oh, I'm sorry" or some shit like that before they start acting, decent again. It's like women and children never really get to that level of mental development. I remember you said you never told them you actually worked in the VA. Yeah, no, I never told my VA counselors that I worked in the VA in their department. They don't know. So they're thinking they could just say and do anything. And now they're actually coming across a veteran who actually, who knows the laws and the regulations. But they're used to most veterans just like they're used to being able to just push most veterans around. What's up, Pug Plays? I still watch the old live streams, plenty of gems to study. Thanks, Gains Day. Yeah. How much you paying for that flat AD? Oh, Nancy, I pay. It just went up to 15,500 Czech crowns, which is like, I think it's like almost $700. which is pretty good because the rent price is like skyrocketed in most of Prague. But the dude I'm renting from he's always been cool, so it worked out. But when I first came to Prague, oh man, you can get a flat like in the center of Prague for like 15,000 crowns when I first came here. But all that inflation, that Airbnb shit fucked up. Airbnb fucked up Prague because Prague is a big travel destination. So Airbnb, we got to the point where like, what's happening in North America now with like those big companies just buying up houses all over. Well, that went on in Czech Republic not long after I got here with Airbnb, right? All the people who had all the money went out and bought like literally entire buildings or multiple flats in a building and just rent out, Airbnb style to make money off of it. And all that did was all that ended up doing was inevitably just jacking up the prices on everything. Right? Because what they did was they were taking the money, they would renovate the flat, they would do all this shit, which ran up the price, which ran up the prices if they wanted to sell it, which ran up the price on everybody else's shit if they wanted to sell it, and it ran up the rent for everybody. So the housing market was destroyed in Czech Republic simply from Airbnb. Then COVID happened, which wrecked Airbnb, but then that inflation went up higher and nobody was able to pay rent. So everybody went behind on their bills, which so all the property owners had to charge more to make up for all that lost money for the years previously. So the rent market in even the buying anything in Czech Republic is fucked. I just came across one of my neighbors. I mentioned him last live stream. He's trying to buy a flat, and he said he was a little, he was a little distraught because he's looking for a flat to buy. He's from Pennsylvania, and he's looking for a flat to buy. And he said, yeah, like, so this is like at first so much these flats for sale look like great deals, but they have like massive liens on them or something like that. Like there's always this additional, cost to make the flat not worth it. And he's like, kind of run out of options on looking for a place to buy. Because the housing market, and it's not just Czech Republic, the housing market all over the world has been fucked up. Like I said, if I had to guess, it was probably a combination of similar situations. Like I said, Airbnb was a start, and then COVID happened, which wiped out everything and added, tons of pass-through bills on everything. So when the economy finally started to catch back up, everybody had to go back and repay all that old debt just to get back, in any type of good standing. Or maybe not all of it, but a part of it, right? No, but to answer your question, I pay. It just went. It just went up to 15,500 Czech crowns, which is about $700. And but the thing is, I'll get some of that back because we talked about it, and he just wanted to add an extra 500 Czech crowns a month just in case the shit like water, the cleaning of the neighborhood, just in case all those prices like trash, in case all that went up again. He just wanted to charge an extra like $20 a month on top of that just to make sure. So I'll probably get some of that back at the end of the year. Interesting how masculinity is expressed in different areas of the world. I got a baby. Uh-oh. Let me do this. Okay. So now it's locked. Hey, baby. You playing with your little bus? Playing with your little bus. His bed, he don't even sleep in that bed, dude. We bought that bed. I remember putting it together. I put it together actually over there because the desk wasn't there yet. He doesn't even sleep in the bed. Don't even sleep in it. He slept in it when he was a baby. And after that, he just stopped sleeping. He sleeps in the bed with us now. At first I was trying to make him just sleep in his own bed the whole time, but mommy being mommy, she started wanting him in the bed with us or with her. So that just killed the bed. When he was a baby, he slept in his own bed the whole now looking back, I think that she does have a good point to why she didn't want to do it, because once he got bigger, when he was a baby, that bottom part was higher, like where he would sleep at. It was about halfway up. So when he was a baby, you didn't have to like bend all the way down to get him or put him in the bed or pick him up when he was asleep. He was just like right on top. Well, when he got bigger, you gotta lower that down, low because he could just climb over it. So when he got bigger, she didn't want to have to keep bending over to put him in there, like if he fell asleep on the bed or some shit like that. So it made I could see your point from that perspective of not wanting to put him in the bed. But here he doesn't. He in this flat he doesn't sleep. He very rarely slept in that bed. My cousin was so close to paying off her 5 bedroom home, but they got her deployed to Japan soon. Oh yeah, she's in the military. Okay. What's up, Anthony? I can hear baby Kratos join the chat. Yeah, he's into that bus, man. He's like super into this bus. That's definitely his favorite toy now. That's his favorite toy. That's his thing. He'll touch some of the other little trains from time to time, but yeah, he's into that bus hardcore. I heard it used to make sounds, but they left it outside in the rain, so it broke. But he's into that bus. He done left the tablet alone. What you doing, baby head? He's in, and the tablet's sitting right here. It's on. You just said, "Fuck the tablet. I want this bus." Yeah. See, because when it comes to giving kids technology, like some people don't agree with giving kids technology, which I mean I can see their point. Ultimately, like you just never really know what's gonna happen, like how that individual kid's gonna like respond. But given me living over here, and I've seen how I've seen what happens when people don't have as easy access to technology, and like how they'll almost always just want to reject it on some level, right? Like I chose to always want him with some access to technology, especially where times are going now. Like I think the bigger divide in countries is going to start happening over the next 5 to 10 years. I think I think that it's just even with concepts like like Chat GPT or these cloud based systems kind of thing. I think even with that in place, it's gonna reach a point where that separation is gonna be bigger. I'll probably go in that on a later stream anyway. But toys are better than tablets anyway. Yeah, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. What I found with him is like once he gets tired of something, like he'll just get tired of it and go off to something else. Um, like he at least as of now, he's not to that point where like if you give him a tab, like some kids, if you give them a tablet, they literally will not get off the tablet like ever. It's like how like with some dogs, if you give them like the whole bag of food, they'll eat the whole bag of food. They won't get get off of it. Whereas like every dog I've ever had, I could leave the entire bag of food there, and every dog that I've ever owned, if I just poured out like the entire bag of dog food on the floor, right? Every dog I've ever owned, they'll eat just enough till they were satisfied, and they'd go off and do something else, right? Now, that's not to say that I believe every dog is like that. Like I will acknowledge there are dogs who, they will eat the whole bag of food if you leave it there and kill themselves, right? Now, with my son and with kids, like some kids, if you give them a tablet, they'll sit there on a tablet, you know, hour, like you just never get off of it, right? Now with him, at least to the point he's at now, he's like the dogs I've had. I give him the tablet, he'll watch it till he's tired of it, and then if he don't want, like I'll be walking around the mall with him, like today, and I try to give him the tablet, and he just don't want the tablet. He'll push it away, right? And then sometimes he'll get the tablet just to keep pushing buttons to see what happens and try to move shit, right? Or other times he'll watch it just to sit there and watch it. But yeah, he's still over there. Bolechka. But yeah, man. He could grow up and re-engineer the tram system in CZ. Who knows? Yo, and that's one thing I will praise Czech Republic for, man. Their tram system, the public transportation in Prague is amazing. I try to tell his mom, I say, like in America, like in Ohio, if you got a job based off the bus line in Ohio, you probably fuck around and just not make it to work some days because the bus just won't run. It just won't. It's supposed to be there at 8:38, but the motherfucker just won't show up sometimes, or it'd be 15 minutes late or some shit like that. Like it just won't. So like with the way the public transportation is here, if a bus or something is supposed to be there at 8:38, if it's not there by 8:40, motherfuckers are looking around like, what the fuck happened? It's a big fucking deal, right? Because they're used to it just being, they can set their clock by it here. And that's one thing I will praise Czech Republic for. Now, another thing I did want to talk about is because I cuss a lot, right? So I was going to bring it up when I was sitting in the kitchen feeding. Now, if I were in America, right, and we all just spoke English, I wouldn't cuss around. I would try not to cuss around them, right? But what I've learned while living abroad is okay. How I perceive it is curse words in like other languages are not. It doesn't have the same weight like American curse words do. And like I'm saying, in English curse words in America, right? Like for example, like in the UK, they can say the word cunt, and it's not like this horrific situation. Like in America, if you say the word cunt, you better be fucking the dudes at facial abuse. You know what I mean? Or South Park. You better be somebody in America. If you say the word cunt, you better be somebody who completely fucking owns that type of vocabulary. Right? Whereas like, in the rest of the world, you can really say, I mean, somebody might get offended, but it's not like that same level of weight. So back to me and cussing around him, I think especially when a kid's like bilingual, that weight of curse words, like it completely it's completely dies out or just not even there for many reasons. Like for example, translations. Like if you say the word pussy, right? Pussy in English is of course pussy, but pussy in Czech is either mouth or kiss. I can't remember exactly which one. Pusinku is kiss, and pussy is like lips and mouth, right? Or for example, I was in a grocery store, and I seen a shredder. Well, I guess a shredder in their word is rape or lape, but it spells rape, right? Like so, like it's these like little things that like kind of kill that weight of curse words in my like for how I perceive it. Now, I could be wrong, but this is how I perceive it from my perspective. So like when it comes to cursing and stuff like that, like what I found, like if the person's bilingual, and if you're cursing like in like the second language type of thing, it's no big deal. Now here's another part that I found interesting about cursing. This is when I was playing Gran Turismo online. Oh, like if a Czech person would be in the lobby because your flag would show up, they would always say hi to me because my flag would be Czech in the game. And also like you could, from what I found, at least at the time, you can like type any curse word you want in like an online game. The only curse words they tend to know from my experiences was English curse words. Like you can say any horrible words you want in Czech. And I think Polish was the same way. They could like curse in Polish and it wouldn't filter it out at all. But if you wrote like an English curse word, it would like put those like little asterisks over it. Right. So like it's just all these little things that I think like, especially like I don't think Americans are really like completely aware of that's going on like in the world. So like for me saying like fuck, shit, ass, and my like 2-year-old son's like right here, that's like a tragedy for them kind of thing. But like, when you get in the world, it's nowhere near that level of sensitivity, I would But yeah, because what time? Oh, my TV just shut off because it's been on too long. I'm gonna get off here in 5 minutes. I'm gonna put him to sleep. It's 9:30 now. He usually goes to bed by 8:30. But he took a late nap, so he's still up and moving, playing with this bus. What you doing, baby? What you doing with a baby? But yeah, I can't imagine bringing him. I can't wait to see what he turns into when he is older, right? Oh, he's hungry again. You eating? Good job, baby. Like, cause the weird part is like, you know what I mean? Like, this is his home, right? Like, Czech Republic is his home. The culture, like, this is not my home, but this is his home. So he doesn't have any concept that like this is not daddy's home. This is not daddy's culture. Like daddy comes from a whole different, not really, daddy comes from a different place, a different culture, you know, a different language. So like from his, like I just can't even imagine what he's going to see, you know, in me, or like how he's going to see North America. He may not, you know, may hate it for whatever reason. So there's all these little things. Like I'm just super curious to see how they play out as he ages, right? Because I'm trying to see this. Oh, did they change it? I'm still learning. I don't know how to do this iPad with. So if somebody's commented after Anthony, I just can't see it for some reason. Hey, baby, you eating? Shaking it. Oh boy. Shaking it. Papa. Papa. Papa means like bye for kids. Papa. Jekne means like say or do, I think. But Jekne, it's R as R with that thing on top, Ekne. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, he's gone back to eating his pasta by himself now. So I'm gonna get off here in 5 minutes and try to feed him the last of the pasta and put him to bed. This is going on 9:30. And so nobody has anything to say, or if somebody's commented, it might be my app. But if nobody has anything else to say, I'm gonna get out here in like 2 minutes. Feed him this last little bit. Just caught this. Oh, what's up, Mo? Oh man, I'm just getting ready to get off. Baby's out here eating. Now he's back on the tablet. But he wouldn't touch the tablet about the last half hour. But yeah, he's not talking yet, but he can understand. He definitely understands Czech, but he doesn't understand English, I don't think. He understands my tone, but I don't think he understands like the words I'm saying in English. But he's not talking yet. Does he understand what you say since you said he... Yeah, if I speak Czech to him, he understands. Thank you, baby. He just gave me his food. He's done with it. So if I speak Czech to him, he understands. But English, no, he doesn't understand English. He just understands my tone. So if it's like something happens, he like... And I'm saying like something like very basic in English, he just immediately kind of goes... like he's saying something, I don't know what he's saying. But he's not talking yet. But I heard it's normal if a kid's like growing up in a household like this where like, you know, there's two languages being spoken. Like everybody I've spoken, even like from older to younger people who've had kids with two different languages, they've all said the same thing here. Like they usually don't start talking until like 2.5. Are you gonna stream again this week? I'm gonna try tomorrow. I almost didn't make it tonight. Because life just kind of happened with him. And I'm streaming off an iPad now, which I'd never stream off my iPad. I almost didn't make it. I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. Hopefully everything works out. Timing wise, I'm really gonna try. I live in a very religious country. My family are also very religious and are trying to convert me to convert me. They are driving me insane in that regard. How would you handle it? Oh, Amir, man, I don't know, man, because I can't. That's another topic I honestly just can't answer because in my culture, you do have areas of that going on in North America, but in the end, okay, honestly, most Americans are not religious. Religion is a hobby for most of North America, right? Like it's a hobby, right? I'll go ahead and stretch and say that for the majority of North America, religion, asking Americans about deeper aspects of religion, I think Americans are just, for the most part, most Americans would just be severely removed from it because deep down we just use religion in modern times as strictly a hobby. So to come from that perspective of like being in a religious country where the country is on that shit, like, like more hard. Yeah, I gotta make him some more. I'm gonna get off here in a minute after this. He just threw his bottle in protest because it's empty. but 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 yeah, like in a situation like that, I just can't give you a good answer, man. I wouldn't feel comfortable even trying to answer that. Because I just can't understand it on a deeper cultural on a deeper cultural level. I just can't. Yeah, because religion used to be a thing. Because if you go back in America's history, religion was a thing until technology really started taking off, right around the 70s. Because you see the same thing in race cars and in planes. All technology in North America pretty much started taking off around the 70s, right? Here, baby, you want a cookie? He almost dragged all the cookies out. Here, eat the cookie now. So like if you look back in America's history, like pretty much North America essentially completely converted from religions to I'm gonna just do a general summary of American history with this. America was pretty much on faith-based religion as a religion pretty much until the late 50s, early 60s. And then when the 60s happened, that's when technology started to blossom, right? And in that blossoming, there was this whole converting phase of just trying to seek pleasure. So I think that's where like all that like peace and all that shit came from, because people just kind of ended up lost on a historical sense, right? And then after the 60s, it converted to just going more towards fact and fact and science after that, right? And fact and science usually thwarts religion, right? Even if you look into the medical world, like once hospitals completely separated from the church, I believe in France, I might be wrong about this, but I believe it was France. Historically, once the hospitals officially separated from the churches, that was when medical advances skyrocketed, right? Right? Like the two just don't go together. Logic and religion just don't go together. They don't. They don't. Logic, facts, and religion don't mix. It's just the reality. But that was just elaborating on the fact that I can't answer your question on what to do about a family who's doing that, because I just can't understand it. Maybe if I was born in the 40s in North America, I could probably understand a little more. But I can't. I due to the time period when I was born and what and where I was born, I just can't answer that in any type of good faith, in any type of decent good context. Little baby cheeks, better clean your little baby face off. Like a baby. North America, you hit your little head. Yeah, he hit his head on his little. You all right, baby? You a big boy. Yeah, he hurt. He just hit his head. I'm ready to put him to sleep too. I think he's getting tired. Let me read his last comment. I'm putting him to sleep. North Americans tend to just use religion as an ideology, like mine is better. Yeah. It's a hobby. Religion is a hobby. It's like a hobby slash source for finding identity. I say I put it up. I put it in the same boat as Jordans, right? I would put in North America. I put religion in the same boat as what Jordans used to be. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here because it's getting late and I think it's getting a little tired. So thanks to everybody tuning in, like, subscribe, anything. If I got a donation, I probably didn't see it because I don't know how to work this app on iPad. But so yeah, I'm gonna get out of here and finish feeding him this little bit and make some more. I'm gonna try to finish feeding him this little bit of pasta, make him some more milk because he's out of milk, and put him to sleep. So y'all have a good time, man. I'll see you later. Peace out.